Hello and welcome to this first webinar in the series of webinars as part of the HPLC certificate course. I am Dr. Saurabh Arora here, and it's great to see all of our participants from the course here online with us. I would like to start by quickly introducing my team members who are here on this course webinar today. So first of all, I am Saurabh. I am the Managing Director of Auriga Research, and by qualification I am a pharmacist. I've done my PhD in pharmaceutics, and I'm heading the laboratory business here at Arbro for over 8 years now. With me we have Dr. Deepak Bhanot. Dr. Deepak Bhanot is a PhD in analytical chemistry from London and has got decades of experience in the analytical chemistry field. He has worked with companies like Ranbaxy, Castrol, and also for a long period with PerkinElmer, one of the leading instrument companies of the world. We also have on the webinar with us Ms. Kavita. Kavita is our IT expert and the IT wizard behind the course, and she's the one who puts all the material up for you to access on the website. And how we will go about the course is, this webinar is that Dr. Deepak Bhanot is going to start with a brief presentation covering very briefly the topics which we have covered in the first 6 modules. After talking over these 6 modules, we just briefly talking so that you can come up with any ideas or questions that you would like to ask. After that, we've also received some questions through email, so we'll go through those questions. And if you have any other questions which you want to ask, you can ask during the webinar using the questions or the chat module of the GoToWebinar software that you're using. And in the end, we'll also open up for an open session discussion, so we can all talk to each other and get to know each other better. So with no further delay, I'll request Dr. Deepak to please start with the presentation. So Dr. Deepak, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Saurabh. It's nice to be in the webinar, and first of all I would like to greet everyone, all the members who are there. As I have already been introduced, I am Dr. Deepak Bhanot, and I extend a warm welcome to all the participants in the webinar. My team members Dr. Saurabh Arora and Ms. Kavita Rana are also with me and join me in extending a warm welcome to all of you. Now I'll start with the brief presentation, and then at the end, as Dr. Saurabh has already informed, we'll have a question session. Let's start with a brief description of how an HPLC has gained such a significant position in the analytical chemistry laboratory. HPLC today plays a significant role in separations and quantitative estimations. There's no doubt on that. There has been a phenomenal growth in applications in fields particularly pharmaceuticals, foods and beverages, life sciences, cosmetics, forensics, and environmental studies. Pharmaceutical industry alone accounts for a major segment of HPLC market, and seeing this trend, the technique is poised to become a major player in the analytical laboratories across the globe. Now, advances have taken place in the field of instrumentation, automation, column technologies, and detection sensitivities have contributed to high laboratory sample throughputs. Further developments in hyphenated techniques, particularly in LC-MS, have helped achieve the ultimate in terms of resolution, accuracy, and detection limits. The focus of today's webinar is on the first 6 modules of the certificate program on HPLC. These topics are listed in this slide. The remaining topics will be covered in subsequent webinars in coming weeks in sets of 6 topics each. Laboratory safety is our first topic, and safety is of prime concern to all people who are working in a laboratory. Now, to start with, the chemist, whosoever is working in a laboratory, is responsible for his own as well as safety of others around him. One comes across a host of hazardous chemicals, noxious fumes, corrosive solvents, and microorganisms, particularly in microbiological testing laboratories. Everyone should be made aware of the hazards, safety devices, and preventive measures before starting work in the laboratory. Then it is also essential to maintain record of individual blood groups, allergies, reactions, and other minor details to handle emergency situations. Time management is also a major concern for all laboratory personnel. This section on time management provides useful tips on how to manage your time to get best laboratory throughput and reduce operational costs. We have also made a mention of one book, Getting Things Done by David Allen. In case you can lay your hands on this book, it is a must read. It is a good work on personal productivity and time management. After you have been through the safety procedures, next thing would be to select a method. You should consider yourself lucky if the required method is available and already validated. At times you may be required to search for an optimum method. Simple methods available in textbooks may require modifications for real-life samples. We are all tempted to Google search for different topics, including methods, but Google search is not always the best option, as you may get further confused by the number of options that become available. The complete topic provides a logical sequence for searching a method and have also suggested useful resources for different range of products. Now, we have also discussed about the basics of HPLC, and this slide is just a brief summary of the different principles on which HPLC operation is based. Now, HPLC is not a tailor-made system. Availability of wide range of pumps, columns, stationary phases, detectors, and injection techniques makes selection of a suitable configuration a challenge. So, an understanding of system components, their individual roles, and their limitations makes your task easy. Another major benefit of system knowledge is troubleshooting of operation problems without much dependence on service support of the supplier. So after you have selected the method and you have also understood the system, now next comes method validation. Method validation is even more important than the actual procedure of analysis. Each method before adoption should be validated, and revalidation should be carried out if changes are made to method to accommodate changes in desired concentration levels or changes in sample metrics. Remember to always validate the method against all the prescribed validation procedures and not just one or two parameters. Now imagine the situation where you have to work in a laboratory and you have to take a decision on buying the HPLC and making it operational. So there are three stages involved here. It's buying, then qualifying, and calibrating the HPLC. New system introduction in the laboratory requires purchase, followed by installation, then qualification and calibration for the required purpose. This module covers these stages in detail. It is suggested to gather as much information as possible on supplier abilities to install, provide operator training and maintenance support. Always decide the items on the basis of your applications without being influenced by promotional tactics of marketing professionals. Always include installation kit and essential spares in your purchase order. It saves your valuable time if the installation site is kept ready before the arrival of the system in your laboratory. So with this brief summary, I am